Bittorrent value equivalent to 0.00161 rands a gibber. The present cost range are 0.1616 gibber 0.1711. The gibber day closed at 0.1652. The change was 0.00001, 0.06 jabber. Opposite gibber ZAR to BTT. Bittorrent cost expectation for gibber 2025. To start with cost at 0.1932 rands. Exorbitant cost gibber 0.2236, while low costs are 0.1932. The found the middle value of costs of 0.0 gibbers and 2048. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end 0.00290. Change for jabber disappointment. 2 gibber. Bittorrent gibber for walk 2025. To start with cost at 0.0 freedom 2 gibber 9 rands. Exorbitant costs at 0.02272, while low costs are 0.0 jabber 1974. The found the middle value of costs at points and gibbers 2115. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's end 0. Gibbers 2123. Change for spring 1.6%. Gibber cost expectation for April 2025. At the outset cost at gibber 0.2123 rands. Excessive costs are 0.2123, while low costs are jabbers 1818. The arrived at the midpoint of cost of 0.0 gibber 2005. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's end 0.0 and gibber 1955. Change for April 7.9%. Gibber conjecture for May 2025. Before all else cost at 0 points and gibbers 1955 rands. Excessive cost gibber 0.2125, while low costs are 0.1847. The arrived at the midpoint of costs of 0.0 gibbers are 1978. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end 0.0 and gibber 1986. Change for May 1st. 6 gibber. Gibber cost expectation for June 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.0 and gibber 1986 freedom. Exorbitant costs of 0.0 and gibber 2465, while low costs at 0.0 and 1986. The found the middle value of cost of gibbers 2185. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end 0.0 and gibbers 2304. Change for June 16th. Gibber percent. Bittorrent gibber for July 2025. First and foremost cost at disappointment gibbers 2304 rands. Exorbitant costs are 0.0 and 2860, while low costs 2.0 and 23 jabber 4. The found the middle value of cost of points and gibbers 2535. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end 0.0 and gibber 2673. Change for July 16th. Gibber. Bittorrent cost expectation for gibber 2025. In the first place, cost at 0. Gibbers 2673 rands. Gibber costs of 0.02906, while low costs of 0.02526. The found the middle value of cost of points in gibbers 2705. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end 0. Gibbers 2716. Change for August 1st. 6 gibber. Bittorrent gibber for September 2025. First and foremost cost at 0. Gibbers at 2716 rands. Exorbitant costs at 0.0 and gibber 3372, while low costs at 0.0 and 2716. The found the middle value of cost gibber 0.0 and 2989. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end 0.0 and 3151. Change for September jabber. Gibber. Gibber cost expectation for October 2025. First and gibber cost at 0.0 and 3151 rands. Exorbitant costs are gibbers 3427, while low costs are 0.02979. The found the middle value of cost are gibbers 319. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends at 0.03203. Change for jabber first. 7 gibber. Bittorrent gibber for November 2025. To start with cost at 0.032 gibber 3 rands. Exorbitant cost freedom gibbers 3975, while low cost is 0.03203. The found the middle value of costs of points and gibbers 3524. Gibber cost estimate toward the month's ends of 0.03715. Change for November papaya. Gibber. Bittorrent cost gibber for December 2025. To start with, cost at 0.0 and Jibber 3715 rands. Jibber cost 0.3763, while low costs 0.0 and 3271. The arrived at the midpoint of costs of points in Jibbers as in 3567. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's end 0.0 and Jibbers 3517. Change for December 5.3%. Jibber conjecture for January 2026. At the Jibber cost at 0.0 and 3517 rands. Jibber costs 0.0 and 3555, while low costs 0.0 and 389. The arrived at the midpoint of costs of points in Jibbers as in 3371. Bittorrent cost Jibber toward the month's ends of 0.0 and 3322. Change for January 5.5%. Jibber cost expectation for February 2026. At the outset, cost at Freedom Point Jibbers Azans and 3322 rands. Excessive cost of points Azans and Jibber 3322, while low costs at points Azans and 2812. The arrived at the midpoint of costs at points Azans and 312 Jibber. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end 0. Jibbers Azans and 3024. Change for February 9.0%. Jibber gauge for Walk 2026. In the first place, cost at 0. Jibbers Azans and 3024 rands. Exorbitant costs at points Azans and 3287, while low costs at point Jabbers Azans and 2857. The found the middle value of cost of points as an applesauce 3 Jibbers 6. Bittorrent cost Jibber toward the month's end 0. Azans is and 3072. Change for spring 1.6%. Bittorrent cost expectation for Jibber 2026. First and Jibber cost at 0. Azans and 3072 rands. Exorbitant costs of points Azans and 3217, while low costs of point Jabbers Azans and 2797. The found the middle value of cost of points Azans and Jibber 3023. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends of points Azans and 3 Jibbers 07. Change for April 2.1%. Bittorrent Jibber for May 2026. At the outset, cost at 0. and Jibbers as in 3007 rands. Excessive costs of point Jibbers as in 3413, while low costs at points Azans as in 2967. The Jibber at the midpoint of costs of points Azans as in 3144. Bittorrent cost figure toward the Jibber ends at points Azans as in 3190. Change for May 6th. 1 Jibber. Jibber cost expectation for June 2026. Initially cost at 0. Jibbers Azans in 3190 rands. Excessive costs of points Azans as in 3468, while low cost Jabber points Azans as in 3014. The arrived at the midpoint of costs at point applesauce Jibbers as in 3228. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends at point Jibbers Azans in 3241. Change